Good morning, Guardians. Briar Rabbit here. Welcome back to Trials of Osiris. It's been gone too long. I've been really having fun in Trials this weekend. I hope you guys are too. It's been gone since, it feels like a month. And, Trials of Osiris to me is one of the most brilliant things Bungie's ever done for this game. Adding Trials of Osiris to the Crucible, having it a weekly event, really adds a lot of depth, a lot of fun to the Crucible, and the competitive feeling of it, I think, is one of the best things about it. The fact that loot is tied to how many wins you get puts a real competitive feel to it, a real sweaty feel to it that you don't get from normal multiplayer gaming, normal PvP gaming, because most of the times, if I'm in a COD match, if I'm in a regular Crucible match, I could win or lose, and, it's not going to really affect my day. But when I lose a Crucible match in Trials of Osiris, man, I get amped about it. Or if it's a close match, man, I start sweating, I start playing hard. And that, to me, is one of the most unique things about Trials of Osiris and Destiny's PvP. It's absolutely a blast for me. And some people like that, some people don't. I happen to fall on the side that really enjoy it. Now, I will say this, they've made some nice changes to Trials of Osiris, one of those being that they changed the heavy round. The heavy round now only spawns one heavy ammo crate, and the two teams have to fight after it. And it has changed that fourth round, that fourth heavy round, from being my least favorite part of Trials of Osiris to now being one of my favorite parts, because it forces an engagement in that heavy area, and it is super fun. You've got supers, you've got grenades, you've got people fighting in close quarters trying to get that heavy. One team can't really just sit back and let the other team get the heavy, because that team will get the rockets or heavy machine gun ammo, and it really forces an engagement. It forces it quick. And I really like that, because one of my biggest complaints about Trials in the past has been that it seems that teams could really just kind of camp with snipers, and it would be ultra annoying and ultra hard to beat. But that fourth round, man, that's not a valid strategy, and I really enjoy that. I will say this, matchmaking still needs to see some fixes. You're going to see some clips in this game, some gameplay right here, where there is a Warlock who is red barring that he's skipping around the screen, he's not taking damage, and it is super frustrating when my win or loss is dependent on the quality of the connection of the opposing team. That's a frustrating mechanic, and it needs to be fixed. In year one, there was much more of an emphasis on the matchmaking being connection-based. In year two, they changed it so it's much more skill-based matchmaking in Trials of Osiris, and that relationship needs to be adjusted. The ratio of how much connection-based skill matchmaking and how much skill-based matchmaking is there really does need to be adjusted, because I just don't want to play, Trials of Osiris against a team that has 1, 2, or 3 red bars on it. I just don't want to be in that match. When I take a loss because I couldn't do damage to an enemy just because his connection was bad, that doesn't feel good, and it flies in the face to the competitive feel of Trials of Osiris. So I'd really like to see that get adjusted. But overall, I'm having a blast. It's been fun playing with friends, playing with Twitch viewers. I'll be playing more this afternoon, trying to get my Warlock through. I am a terrible Warlock. I am the worst Warlock, so it's going to really require some awesome play by my teammates to get my Warlock to the lighthouse. You can see right there, I hit that guy with at least one headshot and one body shot, and he just didn't take damage from it. And that is really frustrating in Trials of Osiris. It's frustrating in the Crucible, but it's really frustrating in Trials of Osiris. So I'd really like to see the skill-based matchmaking toned down. I want to see skill-based matchmaking in Trials of Osiris, but I want to see it take second fiddle in a big way to the connection quality, because, frankly, it just isn't fun when you have a bad connection. And I understand that people want that skill-based matchmaking because it's not fun to get your ass kicked over and over either, but it's definitely not fun to lose just based on the connection. Our second story of the day is frankly something that pisses me off to no extent. It really upsets me. It flies in the face of the Destiny community and what we've got growing here. And if I seem a little flustered during this story, please forgive me. It comes from @SquidheadJoes on Twitter. tweeted me with the hashtag Good Morning Guardians. If you don't know, if you tweet me with the hashtag Good Morning Guardians, it brings that tweet to my attention when I make these videos. If you got a cool thing going on in the community, or you see an awesome piece of art that you'd like to see showcased, or an awesome video, or basically anything that the Destiny community is doing awesome, I want to know about it to feature it on Good Morning Guardians. So definitely tweet me with hashtag Good Morning Guardians. But Squidhead Joe has something that, frankly, really pissed me off. It's just something that he brought to my attention, and it's a website that I'm not even going to share the link to the website, that is charging enormous amounts of money for things like Wrath of the Machine normal mode carries, Trials of Osiris carries, getting the Outbreak Prime, anything that you can think of that's a little bit difficult to do in Destiny, these guys are charging outrageous amounts of money for. I think the highest I saw was $250 for a lighthouse carry, which to me is ridiculous and flies in the face of the Destiny community, where there's so many people out there who want to help other Guardians enjoy Destiny more. Now, I used to recommend LFG a lot, and I know that LFG can be a real cesspool sometimes. A lot of people are asking for unrealistic requirements to go through the normal mode raid, 380 light plus, and must have Outbreak Prime, that kind of stuff. There are other people out there who are looking to have a good time. Some of them are on LFG. It's worth checking out LFG if you want to get into a raid group. If you don't have your own raid group, if you're just a single solo player out there, maybe you just got into Destiny with Rise of Iron, LFG is a good place to start. I always recommend the100.io. I'll put a link in the description because it's really a fantastic website, which basically brings matchmaking to the internet. It puts 100 people into a group. And then it gives that group a message board to create activities. And, if you want to do Wrath of the Machine, you put it on the message board, you create an event, and anybody else in that 100 can, reply to that, get involved in that, and then all of a sudden you have a raid group. You can focus on if you want highly skilled players, if you want PvP players, if you want PvE players. You can focus on which age group you want to play with. You can focus on the region they're in, any type of thing like that. It's a really wonderful website. If you're having trouble finding a raid group or a trials group, or you want to play some Iron Banner with some people, check out the 100.io. It's a very good website. Again, there's a link in the description. Also, if you're looking to play Trials of Osiris, if you're looking to get to the Lighthouse, a really great resource is twitch.tv. On a Friday, on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, check out twitch.tv. Go to the Destiny directory and scroll down. Scroll down near the bottom. Look for a guy who's got 6, 7, 8 viewers who says he's doing Trials carries. Guess what? If you get in there, you start talking a little bit, and you ask, hey, I'd like to get into the next group. Maybe I'd like to get into the group after that. If he's got 6 or 7 viewers, his list of carries is not that long, and chances are you're going to go to the Lighthouse this weekend. I highly recommend doing this. It is a really useful resource because everybody wins when this happens. The streamer gets more viewers, he gets a little more notoriety, maybe he gets you to the Lighthouse, and you tell your friends, hey, I got to the Lighthouse by going with this guy who, he only had 6 or 7 viewers, but he was a really nice guy, and he got me to the Lighthouse, and he gave me some really good tips on how to get better at Trials of Osiris. Everybody wins in this scenario, and it's a really fun thing to do, and maybe you'll make a friend for life. I know I've made a lot of friends playing Destiny, and I certainly didn't pay $100 or $250 to get that privilege. So I highly recommend staying away from websites like this, staying away from anybody who's advertising paid Trials carries, paid Wrath of the Machine carries. Just stay away from that. That is not where the Destiny community shines at its brightest at all. It's probably the worst thing I've seen about Destiny, Trials of Osiris, or the raids. So that's my rant. That's how I feel about that. I just can't imagine somebody charging money for something that is so available for free in so many different forums. And you know, I hope that you guys will seek those out. You know, I'm certainly not capable. My skill level is not capable of carrying people through Trials of Osiris. But there are many people who have that skill level, and they do it for free on Twitch TV or even on Reddit. You can go and look up Sherpas on Reddit, and they will get you through Trials of Osiris. So I highly recommend exploring those avenues before paying some douchebag $100 or $200 or $250 to get you through an activity that is supposed to be about having fun with friends, meeting new people, and having an awesome experience, because I just don't see an awesome experience coming out of this bullshit. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.